Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Winter here with a little bit of an update slash discussion type video. I really don't do these that often because I really don't have much to update everybody on. But there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about since there's some new viewers to the channel, and since there's been some recent events that have come up, I suppose you could say. First off, I need to get this out of the way real quick. I do need to apologize for the quality of audio on the Checking Out the Neverending Nightmares episode. You know, for those that are new to the channel, the Checking Out series is something for me to do where I just basically get first impressions of games that I've never played before, or do mini Let's Plays, typically 45 minutes to an hour long, of games that I know already that I think are cool, but probably wouldn't suit a full Let's Play series because I'm either not that interested in them, or they're just bad games to begin with, but for some reason they still have a certain charm to them. It's basically a way for me to just, I wouldn't call it filler, but it kind of keeps me busy, and I think that sometimes they're pretty entertaining. But the audio quality on Neverending Nightmares, man, that was fucking terrible. You couldn't hear a goddamn thing coming out of the game, could you? And the problem with the Neverending Nightmares one was that was a game that I'd never played before, and when it comes to a game that I've never played before on a checking out episode, typically I'll just do my little audio test on the main menu and not actually start playing the game and base my volume settings off of the footage from the main menu. So when I did the test on Neverending Nightmares, it sounded great for the main menu stuff. And then I thought, well, fuck, that's good. It's all set. We're ready to go. Started playing, got done, watched it back on my little work computer that I record everything on. And the audio sounded, pretty good. I could still kind of hear what was going on in the game. I thought, well, that's probably good enough. I can fucking hear everything pretty good. And then uploaded it to YouTube. And a couple days ago, went back to my main television, which I run my little laptop through. Because I can get a bigger picture that way, because I got terrible fucking vision, man. I need a big screen, otherwise I can't see subtitles and shit like that. I've ranted about that before. But anyways, so I watched it back through a different system, and when I watched it back through my main television, I don't know if it's just the setting on my particular television and my laptop, because it's... When I record through a tower, and I'll watch the footage back on that initially. And then when it gets uploaded, it goes through my laptop, through my television, and that's mainly what I watch things on. Anyways, it sounded entirely different when I watched it through the television and the laptop, and the audio was absolutely fucking terrible. Couldn't hear a goddamn thing that was going on in the game, none of the voice acting, some of the sound effects, some of the music, but for the most part, it was pretty fucking muted. And I apologize for that, man. I didn't catch that one, and I should have. That's embarrassing. But at the same time, I think it's a pretty good video, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it up. I made a couple of funny jokes in it, so I think it's gonna stick around. But yeah, I do apologize for it. It should have been better. From here on out, whenever I do a checking out episode of a game that I've never played before, instead of just basing my audio settings off of the main menu music, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of break my own rule and, check out about 5 minutes of the game and do some audio tests that way, just to make sure that everything's properly balanced and everything's audible that should be. So, deepest apologies for that. I had no fucking clue until it had already been online for about a week and a half, I think it was. Something like that, so... I am, though. I'm very sorry about that one. It's a good game, though. I do recommend everybody check it out if you're okay with the length. Again, it's only about 2.5 hours long if you actually stop and look at all the little environmental things that you can not necessarily interact with, but just take a look at. I enjoyed it, I just wish it would have been longer. But it's all depending on what you want to pay for that length. I paid full price for it. I got no problems with it, but I had a lot of fun playing it. Some other people might have a problem with it, and that's fair enough, to each their own. Frankly, I'd be kind of pissed if it was something like if I had gotten Layers of Fear and that only turned out to be an hour and a half long. Dude, yeah, I'd be real fucking pissed off about that because that game sucked. And on day one, man, that was, full price. There wasn't no discount on that shit. Another thing, the second episode of the White Knight Let's Play is recorded and uploaded and ready to be published on Monday. So look forward to that if you're keeping up with that particular series. I'm real excited to do that one, man. That's one that I've been wanting to revisit ever since I got the audio issues fixed with the software. Basically, once I learned what I was doing with the settings and whatnot. Because the speed run that I had uploaded, which is no longer visible, I've deleted that shit. The audio was so fucking terrible, but it was such a cool thing for me to do because I'm not a speedrunner by any chance. And yeah, so that's gone. But White Knight, I hope y'all are enjoying that. And one of the things that I want to kind of ask about with White Knight is I know that not a lot of people have played it. Well, I'm basing that off of what I've seen online. You know, things like forums and videos about the game and whatnot. And some discussions that I've had personally with people on forums. How important are spoilers to you guys in a Let's Play? Because White Knight is one of those games where I think if you know how it's going to end, it could possibly, most likely, detract away from the experience. I mean, I don't know what it's like to experience a game for the first time watching an entire series. Whenever I watch a Let's Play, I'll check out about 5 or 6 episodes if it's something like a 20-part series. And I know by the 5th or 6th episode if that's a game that I want to play or not. And I'll go ahead and stop watching and pick the game up if it is something that I'm interested in. With White Knight, though, the problem I'm having is it's a tricky balance for me to find between covering spoilers and leaving some things hidden for people to discover on their own. Because it really is a fantastic game. For my personal taste, it's the best game that came out of 2015 that I actually played in the year 2015. Not the best one made in 2015, but of games that I actually played in the year 2015, that's the best one. And I can't recommend it enough, you know. And I don't want to spoil anything for anybody that's never played it before. So that's why every episode so far, I'm getting ready to record the third one as soon as I finish recording this video and upload it and publish it for you guys to see. So far, I think I've hit a pretty good balance of not revealing too much, but also not catering to people that haven't seen the game before. At this point, unless I hear back from other people, which this is your opportunity to weigh in on this issue, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to reveal all of the plot to the game in the series. I'm going to leave some stuff uncovered. It's not going to be a complete walkthrough like with the Tomb Raider Legend, for example, where I went through and got every single relic and explored Croft Manor and checked out the extras and the trophies and shit like that. White Knight's going to be fairly bare bones. We're just going to get through enough in the story to make sense of the story and to wrap it up nice and neat and make it understandable. But we're not going to uncover everything in it because I don't want to spoil the whole thing for anybody that hasn't played it before. So, I suppose the question is, like, are you okay with that approach, or do you want everything spoiled? And keep in mind, at this point in the second episode, there's a few things that I deliberately skipped over, so not everything's going to be revealed as of, not everything's going to be revealed at this point. Well, I don't know. I mean, just what do you guys think? Do you want everything spoiled, or are you comfortable with leaving some stuff ambiguous? Because my main goal whenever I do these Let's Play series is to kind of show the game off in a good enough light to hopefully encourage people to pick it up and play it if they never have before. I mean, a lot of the games that I've done so far, like a Red Dead Redemption or a Dead Space or a Tomb Raider 2013, obviously a lot of people have played those already. But when it comes to something like a White Knight that's fairly unknown for the most part from what I've seen, I don't know. I don't want to uncover everything and spoil it for anybody because I'd feel bad about it. Because, dude, if I'd known about the ending before I went into that game, I think it would have been a different experience. And White Knight is one of those games, for me, that when you finish it the first time, you want that experience again because it's so fucking awesome. So, yeah, I'm trying not to spoil everything for anybody, but I'm also trying to make everybody that has played the game comfortable and not pander to the people that haven't. That way the people that have played it can check it out, maybe get some enjoyment out of it, and maybe touch on a few things that they didn't catch on their first playthrough. Because it is one of those games where it's very easy to miss key elements on your first playthrough, which is great for replayability. I mean, I mentioned in the second episode that it took me about 3 playthroughs before I got the entire gist of what was going on. And that was great, man. You know, it just gives you a good chance to go back and revisit a great game. But that's me. That's pretty much it in terms of the Let's Play update. Gonna start working on episode 3 after White Knight. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet at this point. I've got a pretty good idea, but if you're new to the channel, a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, something like that, I put up a viewer poll to take votes for the next series, and the choices were Dead Space 2, because if you're new to the channel, I've already done the first Dead Space, and Metal Gear Solid 3, or Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, I'm sorry, because I have already done Metal Gear Solid 3, and I intend to do a Let's Play of those series in chronological order. So eventually I would be getting around to those games at some point, because I'm doing the same thing with Dead Space, like Metal Gear, you know, chronological order. And then the third option is, you know, if nobody votes, that's fine. I'm not pressuring anybody into it or anything like that, so don't take it that way. But if I don't hear anything from anybody, I'm just going to go with the third option, which is winner's choice, where I just do what I always do and just kind of play and record whatever the fuck I feel like playing and recording that day. Because there's no set structure to this channel other than the schedule of uploads. And with regards to that, if we can wrap back into the checking out series for a minute, recently I've had to do some work on my car, and it was a little bit expensive. So with the checking out series, they're still going to be coming out, but it's going to be a while, I think, before I can cover a brand new game. You know, it's going to have to basically be something on sale on the PlayStation Network before I get around to covering it, because I'm a little bit strapped for cash after working on the car, and I probably will be for about a month and a half or so. It was a little bit more expensive than I was hoping. But, you know, that shit happens. But just a fair warning on that, the checking out episodes from here on out for the next few weeks may be games that have already been out that I haven't either played before or I like enough to play a little bit but not dedicate a full series to. So I don't know if that's going to disappoint anybody or not. The checking out series seems to be a lot more popular than any of the other videos that I've done. In fact, that's kind of strange. I was recently, because I don't keep up with the statistics. You know, I don't look at how many likes I've got on a video or anything like that. That kind of stuff's really not that important to me. It's cool, don't get me wrong, but it's not like a priority for me. I'm just here for fun. I'm not making a living off of this. And I actually looked at the statistics the other day, and I was kind of shocked at the most popular video that I have, which is just like a 2.5 minute video looking at the Resident Evil theme for the PlayStation 4. It's got like fucking 1,300 views or something. And 9 likes. I mean, that's like my most popular video. And I just kind of like, I had to laugh at it because it's like, damn, you put all this effort and work into, you know, doing these 45-minute videos and shit like that, and then the most popular one ends up being something that's 2.5 minutes long, no commentary, and it's for the most part just a static picture. I don't know, I got a kick out of it. You know, it's all good. I had to laugh at that. The Goosebumps How I Learned to Fly is doing pretty good too. That's currently at 144 views, I think. Getting ready to crack 150. And I got 3 likes on that, so I'm happy to help people out with something like that. That's pretty cool and refreshing. It's nice to know that I can help in some way with something, you know? Because I have fun doing this, but if you guys can get some entertainment or maybe learn something off of what I'm doing, you know, that's cool. That's win-win as far as I'm concerned. What else? Oh, in regards to the views, I also noticed something else, which is going to tie into the next subject. So something else that kind of made me laugh was the Alien vs. Predator pinball pack, or Alien vs. Pinball video that I did. As of this recording, it's just under 100 views. Now, 2 days ago, it was at 90 views, just flat out 90. The day after that, it was down to 44 views, and then the next, like, 6 hours or so, it jumped back up to 90. So something's going on, man. I'm only bringing this up because I think it's kind of strange. And, you know, if you guys do your own videos, I'd love to know if anybody else has noticed this and if they have any idea what's going on behind it. It's just kind of strange to me. It's like the view counter will show one number that's incredibly high one day, and then the next day it's down low, and then the day after that it's right back up in the high number again. So what the fuck is going on with that? That's just kind of strange. But anyways, that's I mean, I don't know. It's just, that's an odd observation of mine. Again, it's nothing terribly important, but it's one of those things where you notice it and you scratch your head and go, well, that's just a little bit fucked up. And, okay, so what it ties into is the pinball. Now, I know that not everybody is a fan of the pinball videos. In fact, most people seem to only watch those for like maybe 4 or 5 minutes each. They just kind of check out what they want to and then they leave. They hit it and quit it, which is perfectly fine. I don't expect everybody to watch everything that I put out and watch the whole thing start to finish and give it a thumbs up and, like, share, and subscribe and all that shit. I don't expect that. I don't even ask all of that, I just ask everybody to have as much fun watching them as I have making them. But, yeah, so I did the Alien versus Pinball video, and then the other day, just yesterday as I'm recording this actually, I published the Boba Fett Star Wars pinball table. Now, don't worry, guys. I'm not going to be doing the pinball tables. It's not going to become a staple of this channel. That's actually something that I thought it was fucking cool. I'm addicted to that game now. That's what I'm playing whenever I'm not doing Let's Plays or checking out episodes. I spend a lot of time with that fucking pinball game here lately. Well, I'm spending as much equal time with Doom 3 since I've recorded that checking out episode. I'm actually about halfway through that game now. And I'm enjoying that a lot more than I expected to, because I don't get into first-person shooters anymore, but I'm having fun with it. It's pretty well made. Holds up pretty well. But yeah, the pinball thing, that's not going to be happening too much anymore. I do say in the video, if nobody's watched it, that if you want to see the other 2 table packs that came with the Boba Fett one, because it also came with a Empire Strikes Back table and a Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the cartoon show, came with a table for that. And I did say that I wasn't going to be covering those unless you guys wanted to see those. So if anybody wants to see those, you're going to have to speak up and throw a request out, because I've got no plans at the moment to do videos on those. So I think we're just about wrapped up, though. That's about all I got. In my spare time, I've just been playing the Zen Pinball 2. Spending a lot of time with that Boba Fett table. What's kind of funny about the pinball game for me is I'll look at them for the first time and I'll spend about 15, 20 minutes with each table, and I'll find my favorite and I'll find the one that sucks, and then about a week later I'll revisit the one that sucks just for boredom or whatever, out of boredom I guess I should say, and then all of a sudden something happens on that table that sucks where it becomes my favorite table. Like, I fucking love that Alien vs. Predator table in the AVP pack, and I hated that when I first played it, man. That was like the most boring one, but now it's my favorite one to play, more so than the Alien Isolation one. And same thing with the Boba Fett one. That was the worst one, in my opinion, and now it's become my favorite. I mean, fucking 2 days after I recorded the video that you guys seen, I managed to rack up over 100 million points on the motherfucker. I haven't even done that on any of the Aliens tables, so I've been spending a lot of time with that one. So it's kind of funny how those things work out. So I guess if I ever do another pinball pack video and I go through and I say, okay, this is the best table, just take that as the opposite, and that being the worst one, and the one that I said is the worst one is the best one out of them. So I don't know, it's just funny how that worked out. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of pinball, been playing Doom 3, working on that. Third episode of White Knight is going to get recorded after I finish this, and I'm going to hold off on the 4th episode until a couple of days after this goes up, just to see if anybody does respond to the spoiler thing about White Knight. And if you don't, that's fine. There's no pressure for it, If you guys just don't say anything, I'm just going to assume that everybody's comfortable with the way I've been doing it. I know it's kind of hard to gauge, seeing as how you guys can only see the first episode at this point, but after I record the 3rd episode, I'll hold off on a couple of days of recording. It's actually gone a lot slower than I wanted it to, because we've had some really bad, severe thunderstorms here lately with a shitload of lightning. And, I do have my electronics plugged into surge protectors just in case something does happen. But I mean, we've had a lot of lightning here the last few days. So every day this week, I've only had maybe a 3 hour window where I felt comfortable recording something. Because I just don't want to risk it. These electronics are expensive for everybody, and I'm no exception. So the recording schedule's gone a little bit slower for White Knight than I expected, but I should be able to get one done today. We've got clear skies so far. Tomorrow, another thunderstorm rolls in, but like I said, I'm going to hold off on recording the next few episodes anyways. At this point, I'm going to say we have, at the most, 7 or 8 episodes of White Knight. It's not going to go past 10. It's just not that long of a game. It probably would if I broke all the episodes down to just a 15-minute time limit, but I don't know. Episode 3 may be about 30 minutes or 45 minutes. I don't know. Episode 2 is about an hour. In fact, I think it's just under an hour. I just like doing the long episodes, man. Not everybody has time to watch them, but I figure with the schedule that I have, going a couple of days in between Let's Play episodes, everybody's got time to catch up on whatever they want to watch. And unless it's otherwise, feel free to let me know. I'm not sure if I'll listen because I really enjoy doing long episodes. It gives me a chance to say everything that I want to say when I want to say it and not risk forgetting something. So it's something that I enjoy, but I'll always listen to feedback. So that's, whatever. And if nobody says anything, that's fine too. There's no pressure on anybody. I don't do that shit, I take a lot of pride in not being one of those guys that, screams out like, share, and subscribe at the end of every video, or demands feedback for this or that, or demands a thumbs up. Nah, man, I mean, y'all are quiet. That's fine. I get it. That's cool. I'm totally happy with the way things are working out. I think our relationship's pretty good. So, but yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you on the next one. Everybody take care out there. Hey, thanks for watching this, by the way. I know it's about 21 minutes long or 23 minutes or something like that, but thanks for listening. Thanks for checking it out. Looking forward to feedback if anybody's got some, and if not, that's totally fine too. No pressure whatsoever. Seriously. See you guys later.